Here we have our table structure. Still not fully correct, still not filled with things. This is the part where we said we're going to add an image here and maybe an expiration date. When we're done, we're going to have our text over here. We're going to have an image, an expiration date. And then we're going to have a little section down here. It's going to have a button. That button's not going to go anywhere, but it's going to have a button. Maybe we can make it go somewhere. And then it's going to have disclaimer text. Or should I put the button over on this side and the disclaimer text? We can talk about that as well. But at least this week, we are going to only have the coupon information, an image, and an expiration date. We're going to add our links and our other stuff next week, and hopefully over the time that we work on this coupon, it's going to really come together and really sing and really make you believe, hey, I've got a coupon for something. Now, how do we get an image in place? Remember that our image it's referencing an image somewhere online. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, how do we go about finding an image that we like? All right, for me, this is a smoothie deal, and I'm going to go find, oops, I scrolled on my text. So I'm going to put my image here, and I'm going to stack yet a second table row on top. So I'm going to say this is going to be my image. You notice it says image right here. And then I'm going to grab that table row, copy it, give myself some space, and do that right there. Let's back this up so that we can see it in context. And here's our expiration date. Let's say it expires March 15, 2024. All right. So we know where our image is. We know where our other stuff is. We've got right column. This is a great way to use this text here. We say right column. We could say, instead of right column, we could say right column image, because at some point there's going to be an image reference here, and it's not going to just say the word image. So let's again put image at the end of that one. This is using our comments well, and then we'll say expiry for our expiration date there. We'll put it here also. That way at least we have something to tell us where things are. All right? So, image. How do we go about finding an image? Well, let's go up here into Google and search for a smoothie image. All right, so we've got smoothie image. Let's click on our images. And we do want to pay attention when we start searching for images. By the way, this is for an exercise. If you start doing this professionally, you will need to have images that are purchased, okay? So we can grab a hold of any one of these images. Let's say we really like this one. It's a great image, but you know what? I want to use tools and go to size, and I want a medium size image. I don't know how big that is, but hopefully we can see that. So in this case, I'm going to click on this image right here, and I'm going to start to figure out how big is it. Well, right here is where it tells you that in Google. That's a little too big, so let's try something else, because I'm not going to worry about scaling the image in this case. Maybe later on we can do that, so I'm going to try an icon size. Well, how big of an image is my icon size? Let's run down here and see if I can find a good photo. Here we'll say it's a green smoothie, because you know if it's green it's supposedly good for you. and you go, oh, I don't want 256, maybe I want this size, that's still too big. What sizes could I use? You know what? I may have to do some things where I resize. So in that case, let's grab a hold of this one. The way we're going to do that is we're going to go and we're going to visit the image. And you see what we've got here? We can then right click and open the image in a new tab. Hopefully that gives us just the image. And that's a really big image, okay? But we're going to capture this domain name right up here. Okay, so inside the address bar, we're going to copy all of that. All right, I'm going to move that back out of our view. I'm going to come back to CodePen, and remember how we do our image placement. First thing we do is we open up with a tag, and we're going to say image source src equals and our quotes. And this is where we're going to paste what we copied out of the address bar. And remember, we have to add our end bracket there. And you notice how huge this image is. That can't work. We can't do that. So how do we fix that? We make the width equal to, we could do a percentage, but in this case we want to stick with something like a pixel size. So let's make it 130 pixels wide. So width equals 130. Now you notice our image gets something more bearable. All right. Let's say that we don't like the background in this image. We just go find a different image. So we go back to our Google search here. And we go, ooh, you know what? This pink one seems to be on a white background. And maybe we could use that one. Or this one seems like it's a purely white background, not a photo. So we'll try both of them. And we come in here, we visit this image. Again, we're going to use this address here. So we're going to go find the image we like right here. Oops. Find that image, open it in a new tab. It opens and it gives us this right here. So we're going to copy that. We're going to now push that back up so that we're not needing to see it anymore. We've copied that. When we go in to where the source is, starting with HTTPS all the way to JPEG, we delete that, and then inside those quotes, we place yet another image. Okay? Now, our image is pushed all the way over here next to the text. If you could actually see it, you'd see that that box is pushed to the edge. So how do we get that image moved to the right? We can do two things. We can do it on the image itself, and we can say align equals right, okay? And it's going to push it over. Or we could do that exact same code on the TD itself, the table division. And that means anything inside of that table division is pushed all the way to the right, okay? Maybe that's how we want to do that. Or we could have it align center. And that's going to center it inside that box. And we could even center this text. So we could come in and align right. We could align it center. And now we see that right there. All right, so now I've got my expiration date. I've got my image. I've got my text. You know what? Let's go ahead and do a little styling on this expiration date. So style equals, let's say color is red. Again, that's FF 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros with a semicolon. Now we have red text. We're going to do font family is sans serif. Put a semicolon, and we're going to do font size is 0.8 rem. Oh, can't type 0.8 rem. and we notice the font size drops down. That looks more like expiration date kind of text. You know what? I don't want this and that being the same size. I want people to be able to read that better. So now I'm going to come back in, and this is where the fun, I guess it's fun. This is where you say, you know what? I want to start playing around with sizing and how things look inside of each square, inside of each element. So now we start playing with line height and sizes and all that sort of stuff in here, and we get our spacing the way we want it to be, okay? So now you've got a coupon, all right? You can sit here and mess with all of this, all right? Now remember, you are going to be starting with basically this. Nothing. You know what? That's not totally true. I'm going to give you one more thing. I'm going to give you our dotted table. And that way you have to build all of the entire inside guts. How about I give you that? And then you put the stuff inside. All right, fine. I'll give you the inner table with 2 simple columns. All right? So now you're going to come in with this. You're going to have an inner table with, you're going to have a table with 2 columns in it, and those 2 columns are going to look more like this. 1 second while I go find the code. All right, it's right here. And right here, I gotta remove this stuff. And now you have this. This is what you should be starting with. And something like this. You make the images, find the images you want, you find the text you want it to say, but it should say something. It should be something like this. All right? Now, in the next video, I'm going to show you a completed coupon so that you at least get a preview this week of what our aim is next week. All right? Check out the next video and then get to work.